Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since we chatted, but it always never feels like that. It feels like I'm just catching up with a good friend over tea. So much has happened, but also, things remain the same and so you don't know where to start. I'm going to jump right into this haul and quickly tell you before I start that I actually really paused on making this at all, but once I got past like 12 requests to film this, even before I posted that my shipment was late before paying for express shipping. And so you guys clearly really wanted to see it, see what I got from Nordstrom again this anniversary sale. And so I decided to do it, but to stay true to some of the things I've been thinking about, which is just trying to buy a little bit less. Still a lot of the same things I always bought before, various different price points, very similar styles, because you guys all know by now from watching me that my style doesn't really change. I always kind of wear the same thing in terms of general approach to style since I've been like 20 years old, filming for a decade now. Very few surprises on this channel, just little ways of switching it up, fun little new things and finds that I love to share as I live my day-to-day professional life and life as a mom now as well. But because of some of those changes, primarily working from home and becoming a mom, I do shop less, and so it has left me pausing as to what to do with this channel, but not in a big way because I have so many other things that I connect with you over, including reading and food, mostly food sometimes, just general quite informal lifestyle content that I think is my favorite to share. But because of some of those thoughts, this haul is different from previous years. I bought a lot less. I spent about 1/5 of what I usually spend in the anniversary sale. And I think that's really healthy, and it actually makes me kind of more excited to film this video. So it's a little bit of a non-influencer Nordstrom haul where what I bought wasn't driven in the same way by creating content as previous years where I knew I was going to film a big video. And the Nordstrom sale is a major source of income, clicks, views, growth for all influencers, and I really just didn't care about that this year. So here's what I got with that mindset. One thing hasn't arrived yet, but I have the version from last year that I purchased that I'll share with you and share like a wear and tear update at the end of this video. But in total, I bought under 10 things, and I think around 5 or 6 things that are actually for me. And so I will show you what I got. First thing that I always go to when I'm creating my wish list is pajamas, because I think the Nordstrom brand of these modal fabric pajamas are just as good as the Eberge, but even regular price, they're cheaper than Eberge. And so in the sale, I find every year they have more and more different styles and more different prints, and they're just a really nice deal. So the long sleeve ones I got are leopard print. You all know I adhere to the Diane von Furstenberg tenet of leopard print being a neutral. Both my mom and I love leopard print, and so I had to get these. I really like them. The print on them is a really nice leopard print. It's not orangey. The other pair I got, which I'll be starting to wear very soon because it's pretty hot for Washington right now. Temperatures are these little shorty pajamas, and I especially always buy a pair of the shorty ones because I really like the way the shorts are not as high cut, low cut, less, like they have enough fabric to cover my mom derriere these days, but they're not like frumpy either, they're not like Bermuda shorts. I really like this teal print, and the piping on this year's pajamas, this is, from a repeat creator. This is probably my 7th year of buying Nordstrom pajamas, is a little bit nicer than usual. It's almost like a satiny kind of feel to it, so it looks like a little bit more premium. And I actually had a tough time choosing prints, even though I own like way too many pajamas. Always worn pajamas a lot as loungewear and at weekends, and now that I'm a mom, I spend even more time in my pajamas, and so I like them to be nice. And yeah, even though I have a lot of pairs of them, I struggled to decide which prints I was going to get. There's also really nice lavender that I almost got that I highly recommend. And they also have like long sleeves with the shorts or short sleeves with long pants. So you have all the options depending on what you like. Second thing that I just feel like we're going through like traditions right now. I'm starting with the more like Florence traditional items. I always buy at least one blanket in the sale. I think last year I got several as gifts, and this year I only bought one, and I really like it. It's a cable knit from Barefoot Dreams. The infamous leopard print Kardashian one is also in the sale if you want one of those. I have one already. This one is going to be a gift because who doesn't like a nice cream? You know, it's not too white, not too ivory. It's so soft, and it has a little bit of that cable knit texture to it that I think makes it look even more premium. And they wash really well. Just don't wash them in hot water, otherwise the really soft fibers begin to shrink over time, and then it isn't as soft anymore. And same instructions for the clothing. I did get a cardigan for myself. I thought this was a nice color as well. It's a little bit more of a gray cream. Here, why don't we compare? I'll show you. This is, you know, more of like a warm white. You can see against our white sheets. And this is more of like an almondy kind of color. They apparently call it almond pearl. I don't know why almond, because an almond is brown. I guess it's the inside, like a blanched almond that they're thinking of. But it's really nice. I feel like over the years, the weave for Barefoot Dreams cardigans has become a little bit more low pile instead of the more fluffy version of it, which makes it a little bit more dressy, if you like a little bit less pajama robe-y. And the quality of their buttons has also increased over the years, in my opinion. These look like a nice, like, they're not real wood, I don't think, but they have a wood-like effect to them that makes them look quite premium. So I really like that. Cardigans are always very welcome in my life. I can never seem to have too many. And it may seem similar, but to me these are different. This is a cashmere robe. Again, you know, like a very me. It's a cashmere in a creamy color that's a little bit heathered. It's got gray and even a darker cream, so we can contrast these two colors. You can see the Barefoot Dreams one is quite a bit lighter. It's a nice intersection of, you know, pajama-y loungewear, but could also be worn out for a walk, because I don't know about you, but I think the difference between a duster style cardigan, which are often belted, and a robe is a fine one that's only largely differentiated by quality, and the quality on this one is really nice. It's, I think, a medium weight cashmere. It's neither super thick as like a naked cashmere would be, nor is it very like lightweight and sheer. So if you wear like a print or a color underneath, I don't think it's going to show through, which is something that I like and value. So I told you this was gonna feel like lots of traditions. How many times have you seen me in a plaid shirt? With some pearls maybe and some nice boots? I mean, definitely wouldn't want to take shots for that watching old videos. So this is from Fairty, and I do really like the beachiness of this brand. It's very like California style. It's not stretchy, it's just kind of flowy and nice. It's the right weight, and where it kind of unbuttoned. And believe it or not, this is nice enough that I can wear to work on a Friday, even on a client call. The sphere of work that I do here in Seattle is definitely more on the casual side. So in some eyes, this would be considered a dressy shirt. But I really like the color combo of this. It's a nice light blue that's not too light or too dark, and super soft, and the quality should be nice based on my previous experience with this brand, and it's normally $128 down to $85.99, which is nice if you want to check out the sale items for this brand, both for men and women. It's a pricey brand that doesn't have a ton of like super steep discounts either on their site or on the Nordstrom site. I really like their Legend shirt as well, and their shirt dresses. Ending with new stuff for me that I have to show you. I have to end with some workwear pieces. So I got this little polka dot shirt, which I think is really cute for the price. It's really hard to find good polka dot pieces. If any of you have found a good polka dot dress, like a summery dress in probably like the darker polka dots are my preference, like the navies or the blacks with cream dots. I have not been able to find a really nice dress, and I've been wanting one for a while, but I did find this shirt. It comes in long sleeve or short sleeve, or I should say 3/4. I got the 3/4 because I feel like it'll be wearable more of the year that way, but both are really nice. Vince Camuto does some good simple workwear pieces. The fabric, if we're being honest, is more of like a 7 out of 10. It's a synthetic. It's normally $74 down to $48.99, which is a pretty good price for a little workwear blouse. And you know what my favorite part of it is? It is washable. This next piece is definitely more of a splurge. Are things like automatically more expensive if they have more tags? I know why this is. It's because there's an extra button, which is nice, but there's just an unnecessary number of tags on this. So apparently the full price for this would be $400, which is absurd. The sale price on it is also absurd. It's over $200. But I just really, really loved it. So rather than getting like 5 different things from the sale for new workwear pieces, which I already have, you know, a substantial workwear wardrobe, although not all of it fits me these days post-baby, I just really liked the print on this top, so I decided to get one thing instead of several. And it has a lot of features that I look for that I think are flattering, which is a nice print that has some good neutrals that you can pick out for different accessories. It's got some brown, it's got some black, it's got some navy in it, little buttons, little attention to detail, things like this, which will create a nice drape across the arm and be flattering. It's neither too long nor too short. I have a real thing about that. I don't want it to be like a dress, but I also don't want it to be a crop top. It has to be the right in between. And so this hits all of those things and flows nicely across the body. And with my still larger chest, works. And those are really hard to find pieces for me still these days. And I thought I would be back to my more normal chest size at the 18-month mark for my daughter, but I'm not. I am still struggling to dress my chest size, and still breastfeeding and dealing with all of the things that that entails. And I think that has delayed a little bit my wanting to film a lot of style content because it is extremely hard to dress that some days. But we're just gonna go with it, and good, bad, and the ugly our way through it. And I'm having such a good time as a mom these days that honestly, for the most part, that just seems like a totally irrelevant detail most days. So with little one mentioned into the conversation, because I feel like I can only really go like a 1-hour work call without talking about my daughter at some point, sometimes not even that long. I bought 2 things for her. I got her this cute little dress, and this is a new to me brand, Tucker and Tate. I have not bought anything from this brand for her before, and I just really liked the way this dress is a little bit like ballerina, but not like really frou-frou. Gigi's super active. She's a very outdoorsy baby. She's walking now, pretty much running, and so really like out there, like fussy things just aren't, I feel like they're not her style, but this was right on the edge of that where I think she'll have a lot of fun with it. She loves shoes these days, and she does love new clothes. I showed both of these pieces to her, and she was really excited by this jacket. These are both 2-year sizes, which is wild, but that is what will be appropriate for her size-wise this fall. She's 18 months now, and the anniversary sale, very much I find the best pieces in it are the fall pieces rather than the summer pieces. So I also got her this little teddy bear jacket. I pretty much get her something with bear ears every season, especially for the fall and winter since she's been born. I liked the pink lining on this one and the zipper, which is easy in and out and not too fussy, but it is large, so I think she's going to have to grow into this. She may not even quite fit it until the new year. but I like it anyway. She will wear it at some point, and I love anything that's shearling or faux shearling. On to the last part of the video. So I told you that I haven't shopped as much this year in the sale. We got through everything pretty quickly compared to previous years. One thing I bought that hasn't arrived yet, slow shipping like I said, is a new pair of Blondo booties. In the early years of the anniversary sale, I always bought Aquatalia booties. I don't even know, does Nordstrom even sell Aquatalia anymore? But certainly Blondo is a lot less expensive and also weatherproof and stands true to that, and the quality is just as good in my opinion. The detailing may be slightly less luxurious around the zippers and so forth, but no problems to report after wearing these consistently throughout the fall and winter seasons last year. So I got these almond toe booties, which have a little bit of a higher heel than this year's version. This year's version is more of a round toe. It's a little bit more casual, a little bit lower heel, but otherwise same materials, I believe, are very similar materials. I got them in brown this year to differentiate from this pair, but they also, I believe, come in black, navy, and a brown. That's really nice. And so I highly recommend that. I can only assume that the quality will be very, very similar. And they're just so comfy. They're squishy on the inside, but not too much. They're easy to get in and out of. I love that they all have a zipper on them. And I just really highly recommend that brand, and I feel like it doesn't get really enough love. Things that I did not buy in the anniversary sale this year, but that I think you may want to consider if you don't already have these pieces. One I'm sitting on right here, I have a mix and match of Boll and Branch duvet cover and sheets sets on the bed right now. I don't know that you've ever even actually seen our canopy bed. I purchased this bed knowing I would spend a lot of time in it as a new mom around December 2022 when my daughter was born, and it has done us well. We love this canopy bed, and so I bought new sheets back then from Boll and Branch in their holiday sale. So I think it's fair to say, you know, the Nordstrom sale isn't life-changing for Boll and Branch because they have their own sales, but if you would like some new sheets, they have the same quality ones that the Boll and Branch site has at a very nice discount, where Boll and Branch doesn't currently have a steep discount, I don't think. So if you want some new high-quality sheets, I pretty much won't buy anything else. Gigi also has Boll and Branch sheets on her bed too and loves them, and so I highly recommend that. I like the classic styles. I like how they wash. I like how they wear and how they feel when it's hot or when it's cold. And then another one that I felt like I couldn't justify a new one of is a Ralph Lauren jacket. If you need a new jacket, Ralph Lauren in the sale has virtually every style of jacket that you could possibly want. Trenches, peacoats, full-length jackets, quilted jackets, sleeveless jackets. Got this sleeveless one, I think last year, and absolutely love it. Wore it so much. It fits really well. Somehow fits me at multiple different sizes. I like that it has a zip and snaps. I don't usually like big logos, but I feel like I actually like the kind of nautical vibe of the Ralph Lauren crest on these jackets, but not all of the jackets in the sale are like that particular line or have that. This is probably one of my most worn jackets of all time, also from the anniversary sale, also from Ralph Lauren, but I think from the year before. And the fact that it has all the fall colors means that it just goes with everything in the fall, and I wear it so much. I like things that have a little bit of brown. I'm really feeling brown for this fall. And then my final recommendation, I got a few things for my husband last year in the anniversary sale. This year I asked him twice and he said he doesn't want anything, so I guess I'm not getting him anything. Or I'm going to get him a few things and then put them under the Christmas tree. But the nice thing about the men's sale is that it doesn't really sell out early like the rest of the sale, so I haven't put too much thought into it yet, other than to remember to mention this Barber jacket to you, which I think is his most worn jacket every year. fall, winter, spring, because it's a nice weight. It has almost like a suede-like finish that seems to, I'm not going to say repel the rain, but it works in the rain like a light raincoat would. It's even fun for me to actually show you our room and how it turned out with the new bedside tables and new bed frame, because to me, like, that feels like money really well spent rather than just a ton of stuff from Nordstrom that is really nice and that I've previously just absolutely lived for shopping in the sale. But now I feel quite content just getting just a few things that I really like, that I feel like fill those little gaps in my wardrobe right now for work and for life. So thank you so much for watching, for sticking around. If you're watching this video, I do really appreciate it. I know I've had a really long absence, and I don't know how it got to be this long, but I will say I don't think it's going to be quite as long until I film and upload my next one. So if you have any particular requests of things that you would like to see me film soon, please leave them in the comments below and let me know how you are. Let me know your news. It's always really fun for me to hear from you, and truly, that is why I do this and take this time out of the weekend, is to get to hear from you. A lot of you prefer YouTube as a medium for connecting and still, you know, really enjoy the feel of putting on a video with a cup of coffee and catching up, and so do I. I sometimes still kind of go back to that as a means of relaxation. So if that's what you're doing right now, thank you for choosing to spend it with me, and I will see you in my next installment. Bye.